So I was talking yesterday. Like, subscribe, ID in the Discovery channel. Yes, ID in the Discovery channel. The links are provided below. Get that Discovery Go app as well as that ID Go app. You might want to get those two things combined to make them into one. My discussions of what I have, even in posting and all the rest, right, in digital. Love to Hootsuite, right? Helps to stay informative with that sort of thing. But the questioning of what will be the future pertaining to curing cancer, deadly diseases, and what I was speaking on in my discussion, and I always do discussions, is chips and not pills being the cure of deadly diseases. A chip. See, I made various posts yesterday. So what I said was the cure for cancer will be a chip because nothing else can fit in the human body. A chip implanted will not only lead to homeostasis, as in keeping the body balanced. My words, yes, not theirs. A chip implanted will not only lead to bodily balance within the body, right? But the chip too will time regrowth of tissue and repair and time cell formation to prevent cancer spread. Did you get that? I come up with my own wording as well, right? But that's my thoughts, because to place a chip inside of the body is to say the normal bodily processes as well as functioning of the body is going to have to be, what's the term for it? You're going to have to override that with a chip. Because see, if an individual has cancer, to say pills more than likely is not going to cure that, and that's not going to be the future. Technology is going to be the forerunner of that sort of thing. Curing cancer mechanically. Because see, to have pills, I'll get to that later. To have pills is to set pills on top of that, which in fact brings side effects. You're not repairing anything. You're just and not only that, when you speak on digestion, there's more to that. You want to in fact go to the root, as in the source, as in to embed a chip there, which can override the damage in which has been done within the body. To control something is to control it all the way with that sort of thing, and no pills can do that sort of thing. So let me go back. My next post that I made, I said a chip for cancer and bodily mechanisms. A chip will be able to speed up process of bodily repair during and after cancer, and a chip will switch on and off certain bodily processes as it overrides defects. It'll also prevent die-off of other organs in doing so. Because that, me speaking on that, even speaks of cell starvation. Slowing something down, there's more. This video can go for days on end and me speaking on that. Let me repeat what I said. A chip for cancer and bodily mechanisms. A chip will be able to speed up processes of bodily. The chip in itself will be able to regulate. This all goes back to everything. Normalizing the body to prevent replication of certain types of cells in which cause cancer and all the rest, or bodily, because see, this has to do with full body in itself. To normalize a whole body to prevent cancer is to have a mechanical device regulate that, and not pills. People don't even begin to understand. You can't say I'm going to cure cancer and let me just focus on pills being distributed or patching up one area of the body. No, not when you have a whole body. That's how cancer can spread if you don't prevent it within the whole body as well, and not just one area. Because see, there's been individuals that have been diagnosed with cancer, right? They get diagnosed, and then they're taking pills and all the rest, and then next thing you know, they got it spreading somewhere else, right? The chip, the ineffectiveness of pills. Yeah, some people have in fact they say cured, right? But when it comes to a chip, you have to look at the whole body, because the whole body consists of various systems in the body, as in each system has to be regulated and maintained in its own way. No pills can do that sort of thing. Only a chip will be able to do that and helping in survival, right? So, yeah, let me repeat. A chip will be able to speed up process of bodily repair during and after cancer, and a chip will switch on and off certain bodily processes. Did you get that? The switching on of certain things within the body pertaining to systems and all the rest, right? Because to know that cancer is there is to know that something has to be either queued up or turned down to begin with within the body. No pills can do that sort of thing. Only devices can do that. Switching on and switching off things in a timely manner. That's why we have machinery all around us to do that sort of thing. Yes. Even alarm clocks are known to switch on and off when as needed, right? It's the same with placing a chip within body to time everything. When it comes to the die off of other organs, when I said, because see, look, to start speeding up certain processes in the body and slowing them down is going to have an effect on other organs within the body, right? There's a cell starvation, as in it could pose issues with that, right? So even with that chip, there will have to be some type of backup with that. The timing is everything and everything. Knowing when not to slow down or speed something up too quickly, where it will help to, say, not damage other organs, but help to preserve them as well. So, pills versus a chip in body and curing cancers. This was my other post. Pills versus a chip in body and curing cancers. Mechanical devices will always work better than pills, because pills are set on top of what's damaged. I said that already. Mechanical devices will always work better than pills, because pills are set on top of what's damaged in body. Systems have to be turned on and off in body, whereas pills cause further damage equals side effects. I'm gonna come back to that. Not only that, in curing cancer, chips will cure in-body deadly diseases as a whole. A chip will even be available to cure insomnia. Because to know that all diseases consist of the immune system being there. Remember, even the immune system helped to regulate the body, right? The only way to turn down an immune system while providing a protectant is in a body, through inside of the body, through a chip. You can't do that type of stuff with pills. I said no curing cancer with pills pertaining to digestion, as in what causes issues more than anything. See, to swallow pills is to know bile is involved in intestines, right? A percentage of cancer pills are ate up in digestion during the breaking down process. As we know, cancer is rampant. I had to answer back. These are all my answers back with that on a discussion. Oh, when I said a chip will be the cure for insomnia, consider Michael Jackson, because to be how can I word this, to have insomnia and know you can't sleep, as I say, drugs will not be needed for that sort of thing in the future. No, a chip will, yes, regulate, because there's bodily chemistry with even that, right? Biorhythms with that, right? The normalizing, knowing the body, knowing the daytime from the nighttime, all that is screwy in a person that suffers, say a Michael Jackson, as he did, right, when he was alive. Suffering from insomnia is to say even that could be regulated in the form of a chip, setting things back in a sense to being normalized. Only mechanics can do that sort of thing. Let me see. Yes, because when I said about the digestion and breaking pills down, not everybody dissolves pills once they're swallowing. Does that make sense? If I swallow a pill whole, some people in fact crush their pills down. Depending on the medication, depending on the drug, oftentimes it's not recommended to crush pills down unless you're like elderly, and there's even liquid medications for that sort of thing, right? It's often recommended to take pills whole depending on the medicine. I said that right. And yet not everybody's digestive tract is the same as others, and even that can pose problems of say the body, the uptake of the medication, the cancer medication. If you have the type of digestion where you don't properly digest things, is to say your pills might in fact be sitting there, or they might just become waste. Consider bile. I spoke on that. How I swallow a pill is not digested. It's a cancer pill. It's supposed to resolve my cancer, right? And it's sitting there in my system, and yet it doesn't dissolve. It's still there sitting whole, or it just become waste. And say I poop whatever out, and there you go. My pill has not fully been funneled through my bloodstream and elsewhere, right? That sort of situations happen as well. But not only that, when I speak on bio, as in the issue of cancer pills and bio, because see, bio is within the intestines, because see, there's waste products with that. To take a pill is to know the pill, yes, along with everything else, becomes a waste product, and yet to what percentage? Once again, this goes back to the question of how much is being taken up by the body, the cancer pill, or is it becoming a waste product upon being taken? As in, what if it's not being digested? Because see, bio is its own chemical. The breaking down process of digestion, right? Bio is its own chemical. And yet to set that bio to a cancer pill is to say how much of the percentage is the cancer pill being eaten up. The burning process of you eating up something in digestion, right? Not your body and bloodstream eating up the cancer pill, no. That bio. Because to take pills is to know that they're going to be somewhat less effective once bio touches it. Does that make sense? To know that I'm taking a pill and it's a cancer pill to help resolve cancer in the body is to say it's going to meet bio in digestion. And yet, even that cancer pill is going to lose somewhat of its potency in digestion. As in the full pill potency of that pill is not going to be there. It can't be as long as bio is within the intestines. And when I speak on a chip, that will be the point of a chip being embedded in a body because it bypasses digestion. Not everybody agrees until they come to understand fully of what I'm speaking on. Potency of a cancer pill has to be lost during digestion. It just has to happen. Because see, you can't eat something and then not have something taken away to a percentage. Does that make sense? I can't ingest something into my body, right? And not have a percentage of it be lost. Even in digestion, right? That's the point of the process. Because for the average person or the average human that has cancer is to question the cancer pills. See, when they're created and made, there has to be a match for everything, right? So that it can help heal you, not completely cure you. Some people say cure, right? But if cancer was really cured by pills, everybody would be cured, right? It all goes back to digestion. I keep going back to that. Cancer pills and digestion. Because even scientists will know what I'm speaking on. Because, see, if cancer pills were that potent and strong enough to cure cancer, it would eat right through the lining of the stomach on the way down. Maybe that's the reason why, more than likely, highly likely why it isn't the cure for cancer pills. Because the more something is potent in strength and curing a cancer, the more potent and extra strength it is the more it's going to eat away at the insides of a human. It just has to remember it's potent. It almost becomes toxic in the sense as in it would be if it eats through intestines and all the rest. That when I'm asked that sort of question, well, let's have the discussion. Answer me on this. Why isn't cancer cured by pills? I just said this all points back to digestion, because even the immune system is within the intestines area. Yes, it's in the gut. Your immune system is in fact in the gut, right? And yet to have a pill, once again, strong enough with extra strength, just enough to cure cancer, is to say it's going to eat all the way through you. That will be just like drinking battery acid or something. That's why no cure is there in the form of a pill, because you will have holes in your gut, in your stomach, before it gets that far, which will more likely lead to ulcers and all the rest, right? What did I say? So yes, bodily filtering systems and cancer pills. Anything a human ingests has to go through filtering. Anything we ingest, as in take in, eat, swallow, right, that has to go through filtering. Therefore, people need to question how much cancer medications, how much in percentage is a cancer medication taken up by the body. That's what I was saying, because even pills are known to become waste. Let me see if I can scroll back for a minute. Let me go back to the beginning so I can repeat this for the 10th time. When I said a cure for cancer is a chip, and it will hijack, yes, it will hijack a body by design. You can't design a chip to regulate just where cancer is, no. It'll have to be designed to control each inch of the body, as in all systems. Since cancer is known to spread, is why. That chip would have to be designed, yes, to hijack all systems, to keep them all regulated within the human body, to prevent cancer spread. Not everybody's going to agree with that. Many religious people ain't going to agree with that until somebody in their family gets cured by that, a chip, right? To invent an in-body chip will stop all defects at default, right? Most don't know that, because you're implanting something to control something within going out. You're not taking a pill, taking it in, and hoping the pill, yes, shows a difference with that. No. To plant a device is going to have full operation. Yes. A component with that. It's going to, yes, override things as it should. Let me see. People don't agree to stuff until somebody in fact gets cured. Then that's when they say, oh, let me jump and see if I can get that. Yeah, because I'm sure people was thinking that sort of thing about bypass surgery when people first was obesity and bypass surgery, and well, I'm not gonna get this and I'm not gonna get, but then they saw the world of a difference as in what it made in other individuals. That's why it helps to keep an open mind. Yeah, when I think about that, the digestion, using a chip to override, using a chip to bypass human digestion. When I think about when was the last time somebody swallowed a cancer pill and say it might not have been digested whole, think about how many days their medications might not have been digested whole. That's how you got cancer spreading. Because to not stop something in a timely manner as I say, is going to continue to spread and move through. That's how people die. And more than likely, that's how people are dying today and have died. Hold on. Because see, even foods, whether you eat foods or not, even that can have an effect on whether even medications are known, such as cancer pills, are known to digest properly or not. See what I'm saying? All that points back to digestion. Because see, I was thinking about that. I can visually see it upon entrance. Somebody swallowing a pill which is supposed to help them survive is a cancer pill, and they're digesting it, and yet somewhere in that mixture of that bio, that mixture of that bio, I don't know why that came to my mind. The mixture of that bio and that pill being digested, and the ineffectiveness afterwards of digestion of that pill. The ineffectiveness of the pill, which could be why many people have been laid to rest in cancer, because not everybody's digestive juices within our system, they're not created equal. Some people have stronger digestive juices within the body. Some people have weaker digestive juices in the body, right? Some will have what you would call normalized, as in they're right in the middle. You have to question all that. You can't just say, well, let's just cure cancer with some pills. No, you want to in fact know how weak somebody's digestive tract is pertaining to the juices. That's acid. The burning and breaking down is in fact fully with that. Breaking down, as in even breaking down pills where they're no longer useful. Because even grown men, grown women, right, created equal, right? And yet some people, their body is more acidic based upon diet as well. Now, when you start going through cancer treatment and say changing of diet and all the rest, that's still to say, even if a person was to balance out their pH level, as in bring proper pH balance within the body, right? Eating more fruits and vegetables in place of meat while going through cancer treatments, right? That's still to say some people's body still could be more acidic. The body chemistry when it comes to the digesting of cancer pills, going through chemo and all the rest, right? That's still to say how high is the level of acids in that person's body, despite the pH balance changing in the body based upon them even changing their diets to wholesome fruits and vegetables, or just vegetables, and say not meat and dairy and fish and all the rest, right? See what I'm saying? Because there's See, depending on the human, that's where I'm saying it depends on the situation. Everybody's created different. Some people's body need more acids, right? Some people's bodies don't. There's a destroying process. There's bacteria and all the rest, which is why certain people need certain levels more than others or certain less than others, right? Yeah, that still goes back to body chemistry. I don't know why I see that. I just repeat it for the 80th time to digest something down and to say it's gonna be broke all the way down, broke. Because see, there's have been individuals now when you think of salmonella and all the other stuff, the body is going to try to exit that as a waste product, as in have you throw up, poop, diarrhea, possibly go to emergency room, right? Because the body has recognized that as a foreign object. And sometimes I question if even cancer pills within certain humans' bodies, if that's being recognized as a foreign object. You see what I'm going with this? To have a cancer pill ingested in body is to say, well, if the body is known to recognize certain things within the body, even in intestinal tract and all the rest, stomach, to recognize that that could be a foreign object is to say, well, what would the body do with it? Would the body allow it to go through the bloodstream? You have to question much more even that bodily systems. Where it meets foreign objects, because a cancer pill is in fact a foreign object. Many individuals wouldn't look at it and see it for what it is, despite it's supposed to be there to cure something and tame cancer, right? But once again, it's entering the body as a foreign object. Scientists, yes, when it comes to their calculations, everything has to match up so that the pill can be digested, right? That's the point. Scientists go through their methods and testings with that so that it can match the human body. But even with that, it's not going to be a precise match with all human bodies. It could more than likely be being ejected as a waste product. As in the human body, many individuals, that cancer pill might in fact be being viewed as a foreign object by the human body. Many individuals, not all. Because there's people who have taken cancer medication and they're fine, right? But that's not to say that they're completely cured, because even some of those individuals have had issues where cancer have returned. Yeah. So you want to plant something there. You want to impose something there, as in plant something as in a device to pass all digestion. Because digestion is the beginning and end of this full conversation, because to know that deadly diseases once again involve the immune system is to once again say the immune system is in the gut, as well as digesting cancer pills revolve around the gut. You can only bypass that with a device where it doesn't even touch on the gut. That device will regulate the gut and everything else to prevent cancer from spreading. That's the point. You have to bypass whatever caused extra issues and curing something, and not keep going to cancer pills. Does that make sense? It sounds somewhat robotic. Well, if I take a cancer pill, this cancer pill is going to regulate my liver, and it's going to regulate my kidney, and it's going to regulate bone formation. It's going to regulate everything to prevent cancer from spreading. Yes, you should in fact want it to do that sort of thing. You shouldn't just want it to say, if you got liver cancer, you shouldn't just want a device just to be patched to maintain that area. No, it should in fact maintain the whole body. That way you don't have liver cancer today, and say 6 months from now it done spread somewhere down to your legs or something. Does that make sense? It sounds very mechanical, and it is. People should in fact not fear that sort of thing, because to fear stuff like that is how society gets pushed back further and further. That's why things are not released ahead of time, because majority in society fears what I'm speaking on. Well, I don't want to be robotic. I don't want to be the bionic. I don't want to be. Well, you should, in fact, want to be if you want to be cured. Either do that or lay and die, right? It's one of the two. There's common sense in that. I got to take what is, in fact, given. It's either that or die, right? That's why technology is here. Yes, technology can be used in the wrong way, but for these sort of conversations, just speaking and used for the right ways. Curing cancer. Because to be, because see, when I think about digestion and bio, and that eating up a percentage of cancer pills and making the cancer pill less potent, right? Because see, you got people that they take more than one cancer pill. There's people that take various pills, right? And even that potency can die out in digestion, right? I get to thinking about the burning with that. Remember, even metabolism consists of burning, as in a fire. I think of a fire chamber with that. So to set some heat, such as when you think of metabolism and you think of digestion, right? As in the burning up in the digestive system, and you think of cancer pills being burnt up in the digestive system, right? That burning of them pills. Think about that. You know, juices get to going as soon as you put anything in your mouth. So what effect does burning have on pills? The conversation is over. That's the end to that. I think I'll close this out. Usually burning consists of melting things down, right? There's no way a cancer pill could even hold up straight to that sort of thing. Unless somebody's intestines and insides and stomach and all the rest is more weak. Which could be why cancer pills work for those sort of individuals than it does for somebody that has more acid in the body, right? Acidic, alkaline, all that, right? I just think about, I don't know why I think about car batteries. I want you to think about that next time you consider eating food and all the rest. Car batteries in the form of where it meets digestive juice, and where even that will get in the way of full digestion of cancer pills. I think that's all to be said for now, dear viewers. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think and feel about this topic and all the rest. What do you think about state of the art, as in technology helping to progress us in curing deadly diseases? That sort of thing, you in fact would not want to pray that away, because technology is here to stay. Matter of fact, if technology was not here, you would not be watching me on this camera, on the video. Not only that, you wouldn't have Facebook, you wouldn't have TV, right? You wouldn't have Netflix, you wouldn't have light bulbs, you wouldn't have toilet paper to wipe. We wouldn't have mass production of clothing, such as textile and all the rest, right? A lot of that stuff is needed. I don't need for people to be trying to pray that type of stuff away, as in there's many of us, in fact, that need that. I'm saying there's certain organizations out here that try to get stuff shut down and regulated because of technology is moving to advance. No, we're moving right on time, as in right on schedule, right where we're supposed to go, right? We don't need anything to be much more slower in technology than what it is, as in it poses problems. Because of slow down technology and all the rest pertaining to where we're standing right now and try to stop all this is to say all of society, humanity will come to a close as well. because even Wall Street operates in that. Get where I'm going with this. Think more advanced. Even Wall Street, the world, if we stop technology and all the rest, that's going to have a overall effect on humanity pertaining to things being shut down and closed down and possibly killing us off, because Wall Street is operated by technology as a whole. As in, what we do in America has an effect over in Europe as well as Japan, right? That sort of thing you don't ever want to stop, because it helps to build the globe and not come to a close, right? People that get to thinking to whatever, right? Trying to impose their small mindset on big minds such as mine and everybody else that help run and operate the world, right? They can't think this far. Well, let's just stop all technology, everything, and let's just stop. No, because even Wall Street will come to a close and you will be left foot to mouth with nothing, crying about that, because it's resources and even that. What you stop fails to exist. Ask Wall Street what even that. Be stopping some technology because you can't whatever with that. It's to leave it alone. As in to go back to where you feel you came from with that. We can't exist without resources is what I'm trying to say. And if you think there's a game about that, go shut down Wall Street and see what happens. Moving on. ID logo sits in the far left corner. We are in fact on investigationdiscovery.com. Once again, the ID logo sits in the far left corner. Live now. Yes. It's live again. Unlocked episodes. To receive an audio-visual preview is to click the play button right here. You can in fact add to watch later by clicking the plus sign as well. You can in fact go through these with that. Everything in life should have a preview. Just add it. To gain access to the sign in is to provide who you're subscribed with, right? Just add it. That's the only way you're going to gain access to that. There's a few like that, because it's all exclusive. Unlock series. Yeah, I can understand where people fear technology. I got that. And yet, to be this evolved as we are as humanity, as I say, we're at a point now where we can't even live without technology. You can't even do it. Because see, to start something and get it going, remember there's an ecosystem, there's water purification, there's all type of things that once you start progressing and evolving with technology, you can't go in reverse with that. It's like taking a dump. It's going to lead to filth being everywhere, trash being everywhere, waste management being everywhere. Pull all the plug on all technology, even on waste management, and see how further we in fact progress into the future. Because to start something is to start the evolution process of moving further, and once you start that and keep it going, is to say you can't go back. The only thing you can go back on is information, as in to pull information from the past and mix it here and there with new technology to reinvent things to make it new, whatever you're trying to do, right? But you can't go in reverse, as in stop this. Let's pull the plug on technology here, and let's pull the plug on technology there, and let's pull technology here, and it doesn't work like that. Once you get technology going, you can't be pulling the plug on anything, because even that, once again, goes back to an ecosystem. And another thing too, to be this populated, we're at what, over 7, is it 7, 8? Hold on. We're over 7 billion people. That's about right. Is my numbers off? Dear viewer, leave a comment in the comment section. Leave your brain with even that. I leave your brain with even that to help me pick that apart. 7 billion. That's about right. Because I was gonna say, well, 76. No, but we're about right. So to know that it's overpopulated with this many individuals on this globe, on this earth, not globe, on this earth, it's to say you can't reverse anything in technology with that. That sets us all the way back. Because for each person that fails to flush their toilet, is to say, well, how much waste is in that? When it comes to farms and farming and all the rest, right? If you let that go, it's to say, well, how much is waste is in that? Rotting in fields. Remember, you got cattle and all the rest with that, right? There's technology in even that. Wise people use their brain. They just don't say, well, let's cut technology. No, you don't. Hell no. You don't do that sort of thing. It leads to issues. Once technology gets to going, I said that already. Once technology starts moving further, you can't go back once there's billions of people. Did I say millions? When I said 7, did I say 7 million or did I say 7 billion? I'm sorry. Let me correct that. 7 billion people. There's 7 billion people over. We're almost into the 8. Not quite, and yet we're on the way, right? We're in mid-center, right? But to say that there is way past over 7 billion people, right? It's to say once you connect over 7 billion people with technology, there's no way to go back. Because even those over 7 billion people have to be maintained and managed through technology, as in you have to know where they're at and why. To pull the plug and say, well, there's a census with even that sort of thing. Pinpoint globally. If I pull the plug and I stop counting who's who and stop keeping name on register and all this other stuff, if I stop doing that, I'm not going to know who's who. And to know that there's a lot of people on this earth that look alike is to say, well, that's going to pose problems as well. Only small-minded people say, let's pull plugs on everything. There's people, in fact, and there's real researchers like myself and others that walk around and know what cannot be pulled. Bacteria is very real. You're not going to pull plugs on technology over this or that, knowing that we're way over 7 billion, almost at 8 billion people populated. In a sense, some might say overpopulated. Not everybody agrees, right? But to be this populated with that many people is to know that there's diseases and lethal diseases that stands in that and even await us, right? And so in knowing that there's deadly diseases that await many of us that stand within over 7 billion people, is to say scientists must meet that with information, as in to know ahead of time is what is to come. Knowing and understanding that even storms, before storms and bad weather, all that take place, is to know meteorology. Becoming a meteorologist, meteorology and all that, knowing, predicting the weather and all the rest, right? Predictions. Some people don't use that wording, right? And scientists, they do, right? Not foretelling the future, no. It's just knowing the weather as in what is to come. To pull the plug on that is to say we're not going to even know when a tropical storm is on the way. Helps to be scientific in the mind, as in span your horizons with that. If you can't take technology, then sit down and try to understand and know the levels of laws of cause and effect of what happens when you start pulling plugs on stuff with technology related, pulling plugs on technology. Because if a scientist don't stay aware using technology to know what might be, say, when it comes to deadly diseases, as in what is the percentages, they call that forecasting. And yet it's not forecasting weather. No, forecasting in business pertaining to even sciences. Forecasting in sciences is to know the predictions, as in looking at timetables from the past and trying to pinpoint that in relation to the future, as in where things are going to go, even markets and making money. Scientists do that as well, as in knowing the prediction of, well, it's going to be this many Americans, or it's going to be this many Americans doing this or doing that, buying this or doing that. Cancer is going to spread to this percentage by this year. That's all forecasting, as in telling and saying before. 10 years before, 5 years before, that's in fact forecasting. Has nothing at all to do with the weather, right? And yet scientists need technology for that, because it even go back years. It's to say you got to pull that up on some database. You can't be removing technology. Who doesn't know that sort of thing? Because what I don't know of the past, I can't know and predict and forecast for the future. Even in meteorology pertaining to weather, outside of forecasting, right? I can't do that. And so to not have the technology available to me is to say we're all going to die off. Because to know that even deadly diseases spread, which you're not having technology, as in you're not being able to know when it's going to progress and spread even in years, it's to say you won't be able to prevent it, and then we'll all die off from lack of technology. Recommended for you. Shouts out to Lieutenant Joe Kenda as well as Paula. Evil lives here. You can add to favorites by clicking the plus sign. Allow technology to stick and stay. It's to our detriment at times, and yet even that's a learning, because to experiment is to say, well, cause and effect comes from that. Sciences is about experimentation, and yet there's still a benefit on the other end of experimentation. It always has to be. There's always, because see, somebody can create something and use it for damaging purposes, and yet on the other side is to shed light where even that can be used for betterment of humans and humanity. Everything has two sides, the uplifting side and the down side, right? You can create something and invent something for something bad and use it for bad, and somebody else could take it and use it for a benefit to serve humanity. See what I'm going with this? There's a flip side to everything. But humans, being as negative as humans can be, oftentimes when it comes to technology, humans just focus on the negative. They don't focus on the positive. Good information can come out and they'll go run where all the bad news and bad gossip is, right? In place of looking at the positive, bright side of, what is a benefit. Michael Jordan donated money, funds, or whatever for, say, hurricane, whatever, for when it comes to relief funds and all the rest, right? People don't seem to want to watch that. But then they'll complain and blame other people or blame other races of people. Well, blame this and blame that. Well, nobody's doing enough, but yet when people do, in fact, do stuff, nobody, in fact, cares to know. That's a negative mindset. That's a brooding mindset nobody has time for. Listen and learn and understand and pay attention with that. People need to research more. There's good all around us despite the bad, and yet people, they don't even want to recognize that. Once I set foot off of this camera, there's just as much good I pay attention to, just as much as bad. What I'm airing right here on camera is what I'm saying. Helps to have a healthy balance and not just view everything in a negative. To view everything in a negative light, as in every huge percentage of your life, as in some people view things at 80%. There's people that walk around and view life at 80% in a negative, as in viewing life negatively at 80%, right? They don't see anything else. Some people is at 90%, and then they wonder why they can't attain or move further in life. They never see the bright light in anything. They don't never see the brighter side of life, right? That's to say you're going to always be behind in life with that. And to see and to not see others do good for others, even when it comes to forms of technology, not seeing where even that can progress us. I said everything has a good side and bad side, but not to see the good side as in the light of where technology can help heal humanity. That can cause a problem as well for that individual, because it might in fact be brought to the light where even their family member might in fact be healed by technology and not the other way around. Sometimes it helps people to go through things for them to even make sense of it. myself included, I had to bump my head with even that. So crime feed news. Crimefeed.com. To gain access to the crime feed, yes, it's a click right within here. You would in fact be directed to the outside crimefeed.com. I'm sorry. My words is stumbling in the mouth. It feels like I have a Rubik's Cube in the mouth because I have so much to say and yet so little time and being able to turn with that. To receive a newsletter from Investigation Discovery is to type your email address in and click next. I'm sitting on the next button. There's so much I want to say oftentimes. A lot of things to say. And yet to have a brain, a INTJ, in which I am, personality, sometimes 6 things want to come out of my mouth at once. That's to have a Rubik's Cube in mouth. And yet you can only say one thing at a time, right? My mind isn't like that. It's divided 6 different ways. As in I feel it all the time, right? So yes, let me know what you think and feel about sciences where it meets research pertaining to helping to cure cancer and deadly diseases involving a chip. As in, leave the comment in the comment section. Hopefully you're still wide awake and I'm gone. Have a good day and I will too. Bye.